guys, I'm Manjari Mukherjee and you're watching me on Popdiaries channel. I'm in conversation with ये मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, बार-बार बोलती हूँ. But today's guest is someone who's very special. He's special because, well, list तो तैयार है, तो आप भी ready हो जाओ. He nails his signature style like no one does. He nails his charm like no one does. हम हाय करते हैं उनको देख के. And he's now doing action so perfectly, so smoothly, like I can't believe my eyes. And not to mention, he's mysterious. But let me tell you, he's not silent. Because his work, his craft and his talent speaks volumes about the kind of man he is. And he's none other than the hit machine, rightly said so. Movie ho, gaane ho, ya chota sa cameo ho, it's all gold because it's the one and only Emraan Hashmi. Welcome to Popdiaries.
Thank you. Wonderful introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you. But it's all true, honestly.
Thank you.
It's completely honest and it comes from a, very, the bottom of my heart because I've always watched you. There's never been a movie that I've missed.
All right. Thank you.
And in every role, I don't know how you do it, but you just nail it. So I love it. And the same thing happened with Tiger 3. It came as a surprise to all of us. When I saw you in that look, that salt pepper look, first of all I have to say, oh my god, you're looking so good.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
First of all, unexpected. I know you guys knew I was doing the film, but a lot of people actually didn't know I was doing the film. But yeah, that was an interesting narrative they had for the trailer where they had the voiceover and finally they had the look unveiled. So
yes.
I found that.
And the first thing that we, the way how we reacted was we were sitting there waiting to see a glimpse of you. And they kept it so mysterious and under the wraps.
Yeah.
We were more intrigued
to
see you.
It was a very smartly cut trailer. Very smartly cut. And I don't think there's any trailer like that at least I had seen before. And एक चीज़ होती है ना, you're doing a film and you want your due, and I'll give you a bit behind the scenes. Actors always want, they count their shots in trailers, especially even ensemble film.
Yeah.
So I was like, when first time I saw the trailer, I was like, where am I? But I think, to be honest, and that's why I told Manish, I was like, Manish, you could have given me another 10 shots in the trailer, but I love this. I love the way it builds up because I think even those extra 5 or 10 shots wouldn't have done what this does for the trailer,
Exactly.
Bring in that intrigue and the mystery of the characters. So
Absolutely.
I was very happy with that.
I think it just hits the nail on the head.
Interesting trailer. Yeah.
And on that note, being a part of YRF's Spy Universe, it's such a big thing. It's a huge thing. What is the experience and the feeling like?
It's everything I'd expected. I've been a huge fan of, and it's become a spy universe now. I've been watching, all these YRF big, films, action films, it may be War, Pathan, and the rest of them. But I think also being a fan of the Tiger franchise, being a fan of these two characters of Tiger and Zoya, of these characters that Salman and Katrina have played over the course of a decade. I was thrilled to have been considered for the antagonist. A little scared also because, because it's the brand of Tiger. You as an actor, when you step into a film, you want to get acknowledged for and see how that character is, shapes up and how the audience accepts it. But I think all those fears were put at ease when I heard the script. I just fell in love with the whole journey of Atish, of how he becomes this demonic character. He doesn't ever start off like that. I wouldn't have done it if it was this very typical unidimensional villain for the sake of being a villain. It had an extremely interesting backstory. And I was like, okay, this is a Spy Universe film, it's a YRF film, this is huge scale, film, which is a tentpole Hindi film. And I was like, yeah, this it can't get better than this.
I agree. I completely agree. Yeah. And thank God you said yes to the role.
Yeah, only an idiot would have said no to something like that. After I heard the script, I was like, yeah, let's go full throttle to this.
The story was absolutely superb. I have to say this. And on that note, I also have to say that I think it is only during the YRF Spy Universe, Emraan, I don't know if you agree, the antagonists get as much love as the main spy heroes.
Yeah, it's okay. It is also the spy, but also generally, if you see any film in the history of whenever you pick up Western cinema, also,
Yeah.
just the in the protagonist's life, in the hero's life, what makes it the most interesting thing is when you have a huge, unsurmountable, conflicting situation.
Yes.
And what bigger conflict than have a very powerful antagonist?
Exactly.
That kind of puts up and stacks up the odds against the protagonist. And that's what makes that fight so much fun to watch. If it's a surmountable task, if it's an easy task to overcome, then the film isn't that, it doesn't really hit a home run. But in a film like this, and this is what Aditya Chopra told me, and so Manish said, that you want to just, pack this antagonist up as this super villain. And someone who plays with his mind, who psychologically plays with Tiger and Zoya's lives. And I found that extremely interesting, as opposed to having a typical brawn villain who's just physicality, nothing else.
Wow. I think just hearing these stories is also like mind-blowing. Like, this is how the whole thing came to be.
Yeah.
I just love it. I already love your character. I have to say that.
Thank you.
So, and you did fab job. This is my personal opinion.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Imran, I want to ask you, when you're doing a movie in front of someone like Salman Khan and you're doing high octane action,
Yeah.
you have to like really go there.
Yeah.
So how did you make sure that there was no pressure, that it was not looking there was pressure, or wasn't there?
No, of course there is, because he's done so many action films and he's one of the
Exactly.
biggest action stars in the country, and just kind of matching that up and anyway not diluting your own performance. You ask for more time for rehearsals, I guess, to match up to that experience, and that's exactly what I asked for. And of course, at the end of the day, you just give it to your 500%. You have to just push and give everything that you have, not just as far as the physical action, but also the performance of the film. You have to give it your 500%.
Absolutely.
And it's not even so much trying to match up to someone's performance, it's just do what's best for your character. Don't get anything else in the equation, don't get the other actors in the equation.
Okay.
What the director and the writer is trying to accomplish through the character of Atish, just give that your soul and your heart and make something unique come about in it. That's exactly what I did.
Wow, super. Okay. You've already worked with SRK and Salman as well.
Yeah.
What is the experience like working with both of them? Like,
Well, I worked with SRK in the capacity of him being a producer.
yes.
We did a small scene for Bar of Blood to announce the film, but nothing like this. This is a whole full-fledged feature film. I think they're kind of different in their approaches. SRK is, I think he comes in with, this ferocity in a scene where you see that hard work emanate and he wants to put his best into it. Salman comes with this aura that he is the best and that works for him. There's like this effortless charm that Salman has. Like, he doesn't try too hard, but still he hits a home run. I don't know how he does it. And that's all a testament to his aura and his charisma. I think in that way, it's different. Of course, they're both huge mega stars and, testament to the fact they've both put in so much of work through the decades and decades in this industry. And like we all know, they're the last of the mega stars. They started off in an era where there was no social media and there was cinema. Theatrical
Exactly.
was just pure theatrical. You don't have
Exactly.
OTT, you don't have all of that. So yeah, there's no denying that they're the last of the mega stars, both of them.
Absolutely. One, a cute little birdie.
Oh, cute little birdie. Oh,
Being
do tell me
viral.
the name of that birdie.
Viral.
Okay.
Okay, they told me that you auditioned for Atish Rahman.
All right, yeah.
I want to know, what was the first thing that, completely intrigued you about Atish Rahman? Was it the look? There was also look tests,
Yes,
I am sure.
multiple look
So, yeah. So, what was it like? How did you layer that kind of a character? Because as you said, he's playing with the psychology of Tiger and Zoya.
Yeah, if it was, like I said, if it were a typical brawn, physical rippling muscle kind of a villain who is evil for the sake of being evil, I probably wouldn't have done it. There is very nuanced backstory to the character. There's an emotional backstory to the character of why he comes to be the man he is at present day, of this demonic, horrifying character of Atish. But he doesn't always, no one always starts off like that. He has a backstory, he probably, and it's shown in the film, he was this kind of, you see him in the first frame, a little childish, a little immature, 25-year-old, just entered the military, and someone who is ambitious, trying to put his best foot forward, and how that incident takes place in the mid part of the film when he's 35 and eventually becomes this guy. That journey for me was interesting. I think that was the reason. I think the flashback did it for me. If it was just the present bit, I wouldn't have done it. And also the fact that he's more of a cerebral guy. I mean, he has that physicality and aura, but at the same time, he likes to push the buttons mentally to keep his enemies on their toes and to bring them down.
Wow, super. And on that note, I just want to inform this to you. I hope you know that on the internet, you have a lot of thirst trap videos of you going around.
Thirst trap videos?
Yeah,
what is that?
Thirst trap videos are basically the look of yours as Atish Rahman, and then also from your previous movies.
No, I've not.
People are going fawning over it.
Oh,
basically,
yeah.
girls.
Oh,
it's my favorite pastime. I watch them and I feel happy.
I have to see this. I have to see this. What do I type out to go out and see these things?
Just Emraan Hashmi.
There's Emraan Hashmi, okay.
Yes.
I remember last time I did that.
Atish Rahman is nailed only because of Emraan Hashmi.
Yeah, it was pretty narcissistic of me to constantly type out my name on YouTube and check out videos, but this I will do.
Yes,
Today I will do
it's
this.
our favorite pastime. You should also try it.
I will do that.
It's good for health.
I will do that.
Okay, on that note, this is something that I personally want to know. When you started out as an actor, you were subjected to a lot of opinions and judgments.
Still am.
And
Can't stop them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, even though you've not very publicly, talked about it, you don't do it.
Yeah.
But right now, what do you have to say about them? Like the transition from then to now. Because now the opinions are pretty much different. It's not always...
No, there'll still be a fair share of people who will be your detractors, who will be your critiques. Your critics who probably don't like you as an actor. The problem arises when you want to be loved by everyone. I don't want to be loved by everyone. And I tell my son this, when he's growing up, you will go out there, right now he's in school, and I tell him that, listen to me, don't even try to be loved by each and every person, because you'll be a very unhappy person. It's okay, sometimes there are a certain bunch of people who probably won't get along with you, or will not like what you're doing, or will not celebrate what you're doing, and that's all right. And so even if someone criticizes me, I don't take it personally. Where does that come from? I think it comes from a strong sense of grounding. If you know exactly who you are and what you're trying to accomplish, people around you have an idea of who you are. But if you have a strong sense of who you are, their opinions don't matter. So therein lies, I think, the secret to kind of not give a shit about that.
Wow.
You don't need to, yeah.
Wow. I wish I can have
in
that.
today's day and age, through social media, there are so many, so to speak, trollers, and they do it for umpteen reasons. Some people have agendas. Some people generally probably don't like you, which is all right. It's okay, each to their own. And some people are generally frustrated with their own lives. So they're kind of
Yes,
voicing that
I know.
frustration out there. It's got nothing to do with you.
Okay.
So again, you shouldn't take that personally.
Wow, super. And before I go, this is something that I ask everybody, like whoever sits down to talk to me.
Right.
If you had that one advice to give to your young self, what would it be after such a dynamic life journey? Just in general.
I wish I had followed a better diet back then. Yeah.
Oh man.
I just, somewhere when you reach your midlife, then that's when life starts making sense. In the beginning, it doesn't make sense at all. Then you look back and see there's some really shitty things when you were probably in your 20s, but there's a certain fun and abandon in that also, right? So that's all right. Each phase of your life comes with a certain learning, and you need to make those mistakes to eventually arrive at a point and feel like, oh, that was shitty. But yeah, That's the learning.
I've never got this advice.
Now, probably when I'm 50, I'll think what I did in my 40s was shitty. So I'll become a little more wiser and more mature. So I think every phase, every decade of your life teaches you something new. And you get wiser, hopefully.
Okay, cool. Well, that was Emraan Hashmi with me, Manjari Mukherjee, on Pop Diaries channel. He's fun, he's cool, and he has lots of interesting things to talk about. I love this conversation. Thank you so much, Emraan,
Pleasure.
for giving us this honor.
Pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you.
it's been manifested. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
don't forget to watch Tiger 3 in cinemas. And until then, what will you do? Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell icon. I'm Manjari Mukherjee. Bye.